This is big breaking news. The Pentagon has just ordered the National Guard nationwide in all 50 states to get ready for things like riots and civil unrest. Up to 20,000 National Guardsmen are going to be specially trained for these events. All right, so they're worried that this is coming. Is it linked to things like food stamps and benefits running out? Is it linked to other things going on like ICE or DHS, like these Portland protests going on? We're not sure exactly, but let's dive into all the details here and latest updates. You can see here, this was just posted today. It says Pentagon orders states National Guards to form, quote, quick reaction force for, quote, crowd control. All right. And if you guys actually remember, I actually made a video on this a couple weeks ago. This document was actually leaked and some journalists were spreading it around, and I made a video on this, but now it's officially hit mainstream news. Everyone's now reporting on it. Reuters, Wall Street Journal, they all just posted it today, October 29th, Wednesday. And it says here, confirming what we thought, these documents are real. It says Pentagon orders states National Guard to form quick reaction force for crowd control. It says the details plan to train over 20,000 National Guard members across the U.S. to carry out Trump's orders on subduing civil unrest. And we also have emergencies being declared in all different states: Vermont, Delaware, NYC, New Hampshire. We will get into more details of that in just a second. But it says here, a top U.S. military official has ordered the National Guard of all 50 states and the District of Columbia and U.S. territories as well to form, quote, quick reaction forces trained in, quote, riot control, including use of batons, body shields, tasers, and pepper spray. According to the internal Pentagon directive reviewed by The Guardian, it says a memo signed on the 8th of October by Major General Ronald Burkett, the Director of Operations for the Pentagon's National Guard Bureau, sets thresholds for the size of the quick reaction force to be trained in each state, with most states required to train 500 National Guard members for a total of 23,500 troops nationwide. They were also warning them that they need to be trained in chemical, biological, radiological responses, CBRN responses, and nuclear, due to, quote, related potential terror events as well too. That was also a part of the memo. It says here, as authority, Burkett cited Trump's August executive order that deployed the Guard to fight crime in Washington, D.C. The same order required the Secretary of Defense to, quote, create a standing National Guard quick reaction force available for rapid nationwide deployment and, quote, quelling civil disturbances. So we could see the Insurrection Act as well too. Trump's been warning that that is on the table. He's warned 3 or 4 times at least that I've seen publicly that he has the right and he could do it. Okay, so the Insurrection Act is on the table, and I think these things could be coming in coordination. Maybe these SNAP benefits and government benefits, maybe the government's just going to stay shut down for 6 months. I don't know at this point. It really seems like they might just keep it going, and it's on track to be the longest one possible. I've seen multiple reps talk about, Democrat and Republican, saying that this shutdown could go past Thanksgiving, okay, a whole nother month. A lot of top representatives are warning of that. All right, so, and at that point, it's one of those things, once it's already shut down for 2 months, 3 months, and, you know, the brunt of the reaction from this is kind of over with. People have kind of readjusted to the new way of life, kind of. Who knows? It could go on even longer, all right? If they really break this like 2-month period or 3-month period, it could just go on for 6 months. Who knows? So it could be that. Could be related to ICE, DHS. They are also, from what I've read, this is just the beginning of their operations. So operations are going to ramp up even harder in 2026. Okay, so we've seen a lot of pushback already, and people really worked up over this. But from what I'm reading, it's going to be even crazier next year. They're really going to be clamping down and removing people in mass, like mass removals, all right, is what I've read, the intel that I'm seeing. It says here that they need to have these troops ready by 2026 as well too, right? So early 2026. Some reports say as early as January 2026 they want to have a lot of these troops ready and have them all trained and ready to go by April 2026. Okay, so I don't know what's going on, but there's a reason they're doing this. You guys can see here multiple states have declared emergencies. It says Vermont allocates emergency funds for food and fuel assistance amid federal shutdown. Vermont lawmakers and Governor Phil Scott on Wednesday allocated emergency state funds to extend food and fuel assistance benefits ahead of key deadlines. I didn't even know they had a fuel assistance one. I mean, I didn't even know that was a thing, but I guess it is in Vermont. As concerns mount as some residents won't be able to access federal benefits during the ongoing government shutdown, says the state earmarked $6.3 million in tax money to extend the Three Squares VT benefits for 15 days, along with $250,000 for the Vermont Food Bank and $14 million for home heating fuel assistance. Okay, I guess it's for home heating fuel assistance. I didn't realize that. I was assuming that it was for gas, all right? Because you never know. I mean, some states let you use it for fast food. You can go to KFC. I was talking about yesterday. Some states you can go to Taco Bell and KFC with it. It's like a special program, but you can go there and use your EBT there. It's kind of wild how many like different industries are kind of propped up. It's almost like the U.S. aid money domestically. It's like all these different industries are kind of getting, I was reading it's like billions of dollars, and soda is bought on EBT every year. I think it's $2 billion. Okay, it's $2 billion or $20 billion. I think it's $2 billion. I'm hoping it's only $2 billion, even though that's a ridiculous amount of soda is bought with EBT money. All right, it's insane. So Vermont is now doing this. All right, they're extending benefits for people. Look at this too. Delaware declares state of emergency and allows state funding for SNAP recipients on a weekly basis. It says Delaware Governor Matt Mayers has declared a state of emergency to allow state funding for SNAP recipients on a weekly basis. The declaration comes as federal funding for the food assistance program is set to pause Saturday, November 1st, due to the federal government shutdown. Mayor said Wednesday morning that Delaware should have enough money to fund the SNAP for its recipients through November. All right, so these smaller states, it seems like they have some money, all right, and a little bit wealthier states maybe too, they don't have as many people. But some of these states where there's millions of people or there's 800,000 people, I saw them throw, like in Virginia, there's 850,000 people. They allocated $150 million, and it's, it equaled out to over $100 about. Okay, so these programs are very big, costly programs, and the states cannot sustain them, right? Maybe these smaller states can for a while, but most states cannot afford to actually pay for these programs by themselves, right? So they're also helping with food banks, which is good. And if you have extra, if you aren't struggling right now, donate to these food banks, donate to local ones near you. And, maybe like some stores, they have these like donation bins a lot of times too. Maybe donate to those if you trust them, and maybe have some extra in case someone needs it, right? That's what people are supposed to do. All right. It says here that New York doles out $30 million in emergency food aid before shutdown cuts off SNAP benefits as well too. Over 1 million New York households got SNAP benefits in 2023. See, 1 million. people in New York. That's a lot of people. The Bronx had the highest portion with 38.2% of households receiving benefits. So, you know, I mean, if they $30 million for 1 million people, that's only $30 per person. Okay, I don't know about you, but $30 can't buy me anything at the grocery store. Every time, even if I just go to the dollar store, I'm spending almost $100. It's like $75 just to get toilet paper and paper towels and diapers and wipes and things like this. I don't know how every time it ends up being almost $75. So that's only about $30. That's what I was saying. Some of these big states, they're really struggling. They're going to struggle. They're not going to be able to sustain these programs by themselves, right? So it's good they're trying to do something, right? Because a lot of these states are pretty wealthy, right? And they do have money to actually help people. But this really isn't much for New York. New York has a lot more money than $30 million. That's like nothing in New York, honestly. Especially with food prices there. It's not going to get you anything, $30 in benefits. It says here, New Hampshire lawmakers advance contingency plan for emergency food assistance benefits as well, too. All right, so it says with just 4 days before the state exhausts its food assistance funds due to the federal government shutdown, New Hampshire's contingency plan to backstop those benefits is moving forward. The Trump administration says it will not use money in a contingency fund to pay for the SNAP benefits. It says here, with time and money running out for SNAP, state lawmakers are advancing a contingency plan to spend $2 million to help communities through New Hampshire. And they're saying it's through the Food Bank's mobile pantry program. Quote, that's a band-aid. Obviously, we're hopeful this will carry us through the month of November. It says the state normally gets more than $12 million a month for 75,000 households. All right, so, I mean, it's not looking great. 2 million divided by 75,000 is, let's see what that is exactly. $26, right, per person on average. It helps, all right? And I've been there where you have to you're eating literally ramen noodles, okay? Ramen noodles and peanut butter and jelly and milk, okay? And tap water. I've been there. I've lived that way for years where that was the majority of my calories, okay? It's not very healthy. Right? Pro tip on those ramen noodles is to put some milk, just a little bit. You don't want it to be watery with milk. Don't put too much water in it. You want the noodles, you want like the sauce to be thick. Put a little milk, put a bunch of butter in it, and extra pro tip, cheese too. If you put some cheese in the ramen noodles and some butter, a little bit of milk, makes it way better. All right, so I've been there, okay? And I know that's hard to do, but it's like there are ways to get the calories in on a small budget, right? And there's churches as well too. There are community networks to help. And I know some people do need help, right? Elderly people need help. Some people with children need help. Some people down on their luck struggling, they need help, right? I completely get that. But a lot of people that I've seen on these videos, they look perfectly capable and they look like they should be trying to do something to make ends meet. All right, so let me know what you guys think down below. All right, I don't know what they're preparing for, but the National Guard is getting ready for something. Hopefully not. Hopefully we don't see like any type of civil unrest or food riots or anything like that, but we've seen a lot of people on social media warning of these things, that they might participate in it or that it could happen, that people that they know are going to do it. So just be prepared, be ready. The government's getting ready, you should be ready too. And like I said, if you are fortunate enough to buy some extra groceries, buy some extra stuff, donate to these food banks, donate to people you know that need help, right? That's how we can get through this. All right, so thank you guys Hope you have big blessings for your life and your family, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.